Hey everybody, Alex Kazora, SteelersDepot.com, back with some Pittsburgh Steelers recap and analysis of the Pittsburgh Steelers 24-16 win over the Carolina Panthers on Sunday. Pittsburgh now 6-8 on the year. Let's talk about what happened. The script from Sunday's loss to Baltimore was really flipped against Carolina. Pittsburgh held on to the football, no turnovers, very clear stat. They are now 6-1 when they do not turn the ball over, and they are 0-7 when they turn the ball over at least once, and they played great run defense, and they really bounced back in a big way. You know, you can argue, and you'd probably be right about that Carolina's rushing attack is not quite as potent as what Baltimore does. Of course, Baltimore had no Lamar Jackson in that game, but regardless, Pittsburgh far more physical, far more intense, and clearly consistently won the line of scrimmage. In some sense, it helps that Carolina goes so big that it allows you to really not worry about some of the pass game threats. They don't have the tight end threats and some of the boot game and play action game the way that Baltimore does. And so we'll have to go back through our charting. Might do a video on this, but you saw DeMarvin Leal get extra snaps. Mark Robinson get his first defensive snaps of his career, and probably some really ultra big people personnel. And that certainly helped. But just from an assignment standpoint, tackling standpoint, and then, most importantly, just a physicality standpoint, Hayward was good. Ogunjobi had a far better game than he had against Baltimore. And just collectively, that is a full team defense stat to hold the Panthers to under 30 yards rushing, 0 first downs. You take that away, Panthers are not going to win many games. Now, the secondary wasn't perfect, and it was disappointing to see Carolina convert and get some big chunk plays without their run game going and some third downs allowed. And James Pierre on the one, Terrace Marshall, 40-something yarder or 38-yarder, whatever it was, can't have that. And, Levi Wallace, good play by Darnold on his passing touchdown to DJ Moore. But could Wallace compete with that one a bit better? You could argue that. But looking for those DBs to make some plays didn't really happen. Minka was good as he always is. I don't even know if Minka had a tackle in this game. At one point late in the game, he had not, but had a great breakup on a crosser on a third down. But main key was you hold Carolina to no run game. They're not going to win that game, and that's what happened. And then offensively for Pittsburgh, they just ran the heck out of the football. 45 rushes. Their longest rush was 22 yards, and that was by Steven Sims, the receiver, on a third down, 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2. End around right side. Good block by George Pickens on that play. The longest run by a Steelers running back in this game was 10 yards, despite all the rushing attempts that Najee Harris and Jalen Warren absorb overall. I thought Harris, while the stats may not show it as clearly as the tape does, might have been his best game of the season. I know he ran well a couple weeks ago. His run game's gotten back on track post-bye, but his ability to consistently move the pile forward, it was very much like what Baltimore did, where they would take a 2nd and 8 and make it a 2nd and 6. In a 3rd and 2 that should have been stopped, they pick up the first down. Or 1st and 10, and instead of becoming 2nd and 8, it's 2nd and 5. Stuff like that. You get the idea. And so I thought Harris did that. Even on his last carry of the game, it was 3rd down, I believe a 3rd and 6. There's penetration. Obviously, Carolina selling out to stop the run. And Harris, what could have been, say, about a 2-yard loss, makes it about a 1-yard gain. And so instead of Chris Boswell attempting a kick from 53, now it's 50. And 3 yards can be all the difference. Obviously, when you're talking about from far range like that, and Boswell's a great kicker, he can make it from 53, but closer you get without avoiding a negative play there, that's going to be important overall. So that was the theme of the day. Jalen Warren did well in relief, running hard, his first career touchdown. Kudos to him. Well-deserved for an undrafted free agent, JUCO kid, Snow College. He's got a heck of a journey, so that was good to see. But that was a theme. Mitch Trubisky taking care of the football, didn't do too much, barely pushed the ball downfield. One deep ball to Pickens, a great grab by him. Contested catch, God, is George Pickens at this point. And Deontay Johnson, penalties were dumb, obviously. But besides that, winning in the slot, moving him inside, good job by Matt Canada to shift him around a bit, use him more middle of the field. Panthers are a pretty heavy blitz team on 3rd down. They play a lot of man coverage. You get 1v1 opportunities. Johnson's going to win those. He's a great route runner, great separator overall. He creates space. He did in this game. So good job by him. The taunting penalty, obviously dumb. That aside. Also, the onside kick, he shouldn't have touched. Made me a little worried. But overall, a good game for Deontay and a clean game for this offense, and that's critical. Good job by the line. Can't forget about those guys. I thought what Dan Moore and Kevin Dotson did left side was really key, especially early, but a collective 5 offensive line certainly imposed their will today. course, you have to talk about Marcus Allen's really dumb penalty. Don't know if I've ever seen a penalty or really any sort of play that's just dumber than that one. Just the heat. It's sort of heat of the moment, but Allen's actively running over to meet the moment. It's not even where it's a scrum and you throw a punch because someone's talking to you. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't think he even knows what he was thinking on that play. So will he get cut? Probably not. But obviously, cannot have that allowed. Turned a punt into 3 points eventually. Help get Carolina semi back in this game. But Pittsburgh able to essentially salt this one away late and you take the win. Wasn't the prettiest win, but got the job done. And that's all that really matters. So, of course, we'll have a lot more analysis and film rooms and thoughts on this game throughout the week, just my impressions off the top. So, let me know your thoughts in the comments below on this win, as we are now just 6 days away from Pittsburgh's next game, their Christmas Eve Immaculate Reception Anniversary Contest against the LA Raiders. That'll be in Pittsburgh, so that one coming up quick this holiday season. If you guys could like this video and also subscribe to the channel, I'd appreciate that. Again, thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.